often in life, success is measured by how fat the balance you have, how many followers you have, how big your network is, or how big your net worth is. In order to measure the success, those are the criteria of the cultural society. But then there is the other side where the success is measured by how happy you are. And that happens when the purpose meets the passion. And that is when a new entrepreneur is created. Someone who decides to create an entirely different league of success. The parameters are invincible. The rules are written by themselves and they change their rules every day since they're competing against themselves, not anybody else. Hello everyone, welcome to Invincible Passion Talk Show. This is your host Jaya MK, and today on this episode we are going to talk about what makes you invincible. I have been sharing the stories of the successful entrepreneurs from all walks of life. Initially, when I shared the story of Andrew Carnegie, it was all about how from humble beginnings he was able to create and craft his own career, his own life path. He did not have the backing. And in fact, life never provided him a backing until he decided to take the matters in his own hand and change things. Life will always bring to you the obstacles, but it is only when you decide that those obstacles are just there for you not to stop, but to push them away. It is that brave heart, it is that perseverance that helped Andrew Carnegie create the Carnegie Steel. And from that, later when he sold to JP Morgan, and it was later called US Steel Corporation. But starting from humble beginnings, what kept him going was his own passion. He did not stop. And when you listen to these amazing stories, every story brings to you the secret, the mantra for their success. On this platform, that is the whole purpose. Every time we share here the story of the influencer or their life, what helped them create the success with the unique blend of their numbers is to help you find your true calling, is to help you find what is that you can call it's your legacy. What is the purpose and how you create that legacy is entirely with the ingredients that were given to you. Everyone has all the tools that can help them craft their vision. You have the ingredients to bake the cake, your cake. Whatever ingredients you have, you can get creative and create your success. And these quotes from these successful entrepreneurs often bring the hidden secrets. When Andrew Carnegie said, "The men who have succeeded are men who have chosen one line and stuck to it," he also says, "Do your duty and a little more, and the future will take care of itself." Now, this is such a powerful message of knowing once you figure out what is your purpose, where your true calling is, then it's in your hand to use the tools and the ingredients and the potential that was given to you by your numbers in crafting that success. But again, you have to focus. You have to pick one line and stick with it. And it wasn't just with Andrew Carnegie, who was born on November 25th, and number 7, the 25th, makes him a number 7 personality. It's where life was going to try you. It is only when you focus on your purpose that you can create your success. And that's what he did. The love for reading delivered to him his power. Moving on, then came the story of Jan Koum about creating the WhatsApp. He's born on February 24th. He's a number 6 personality. Numbers, your date of birth has all the ingredients, everything you need to create your success, your purpose, your destiny. And the quotes by these amazing entrepreneurs give to you the tools or the secrets to their success. When Jan Koum says, We want to do one thing and do it really well. For us, that's communication. He says the same thing what Andrew Carnegie said in 19th century. The men who have succeeded are men who have chosen one line and stuck to it. And Jan Koum says, if you want to do one thing and do it really well, it just tells you whatever your true calling is, whatever your passion is, and if you're passionate about many things, pick one path, choose one line and do it really well. In fact, I would say, don't just do it really well, beat the expectations, your own expectations. And then there was Dhirubhai Ambani. Again, he was the son of a school teacher. He didn't have all the hefty bank balance. Success parameters, he didn't have any of those criteria where you will measure a successful entrepreneur. He was born on December 28th, the number one personality, born to be a leader, a businessman, and entrepreneur. It wasn't easy for him to create Reliance Industries and turn it into top 10 Fortune 500 list of world's biggest companies by revenue with no cushion, no backing. What helped him keep going? He had few rules. And again, his quotes give it all. Dhirubhai Ambani said, our dreams have to be bigger, our ambitions higher, our commitment deeper, and our efforts greater. His efforts, that was his cushion. Every time he faced a failure, he put in more efforts. His commitment grew deeper. His ambitions were higher because he always dreamt bigger. And he goes on saying, if you don't build your dreams, someone else will hire you to build them, build theirs. How will you feel? How would you like to work for someone doing what you wanted to do it for yourself? Why not start creating that dream, crafting that success? Jack Ma created the Alibaba Group. He's born on September 10th. He's again number one personality. He's a Chinese business magnate. He says it the same thing. No matter how tough the chase is, you should always have the dream you saw on the first day. It will keep you motivated and rescue you from any weak thoughts. Jack Ma says the same thing. Always have the dream you saw on the first day. Andrew Carnegie says the same thing. Men who have succeeded are those who have chosen one line. Jack Ma says the same thing. Do one thing and do it really well. Dhirubhai Ambani says the same thing. If you won't build your dream, somebody else will. Now, these success stories are just for you to know that you are not alone. If there is something you really want to do and you are still debating and you have many reasons for not doing it, and might be the financial backing, you do not know how you're going to start, then it's your efforts, that is your bank balance, your backing. And if your excuse is that you don't know, then Sarah Blakely says it all. Don't be scared of that unknown. She started Spanx not knowing what is going to be next. She did not know anything about this industry, but she went ahead and created Spanx. That wasn't easy for her, and every time she would go try to meet the manufacturers, they would ask her, who are you with? She was confident. She knew who she is. She knew her path. She stuck with it. She did not let go of her dream. She did not have the backing. She did not know anyone. She did not know even how to do it. And more often than not, that is the biggest hurdle, not knowing how to do it. But that should not stop you from doing it. If you really love that, if you are really passionate about something, that you always want to do it. And that is what and how the Virgin Group was created and stood to the test of the times and even the bankruptcy. A passionate belief in your business and personal objectives can make all the difference between success and failure. If you are not proud of what you're doing, why should anybody else be? That is what says Richard Branson. He's born on July 18th, 1950. He's a number 9 personality, a humanitarian personality, a philanthropist whose heart thrives with joy and happiness. And that's what he says. Too many people measure how successful they are by how much money they have or the people that they are associated with. In my opinion, true success should be measured by how happy you are. So true if you measure your success, and for that matter, even if you measure your failure, it all matters how happy you are, not how hefty your bank balance is or how many connections you have or how many followers you have. or what's your net worth, or what's your network. But you have to focus on the things that you are good at. Don't try to do everything on your own. The key to success for these entrepreneurs is delegation. They are good at few things, but the rest they delegate. They are good at finding the dream team. And that is why your dreams have to be bigger. And that is why if you don't build your dreams, someone else will hire you to help them build theirs. Choice is in your hand. Now, there are two kinds of people in life who are successful. They create their success. One, they don't know what to do and how to do. That is the same across the board. Everybody has the same excuse. But these two categories of people are, they want to be successful. There is one category that buys their way to success. There is the other one who work their way in. And that is the organic growth. You have to really work hard. And your hard work, your efforts is that capital investment that you put in creating your business day in, day out. But again, if you're trying to build your success in the organic way, you might not see any growth first few years. It's like that bamboo plant. First you plant for first 4 years. You cannot even tell if the seed was planted. Then boom, one day the bamboo sprouts. And the bamboo stands the test of time. It's an evergreen success. You might be that bamboo who is right now at that pivotal moment in their life going through the darkness or struggles and failures and pain and do not see the way out. But do not give up. The universe, the creator, is crafting you for something bigger, beyond your imagination, something bigger than your dreams, something bigger that you ever wished. Whoever you are, wherever you are, and for whatever reason you tumble upon this talk show today, there are no coincidences. Everything happens for a reason. Every dot in your life, every struggle, every failure has a purpose attached to it. It is just up to you if you are willing and ready to open that package and accept the message. It is like UPS. If you are not home, they leave the note outside your door and tell you they were here and they will come back and deliver it again. They come back and deliver. If you are not at home, then they leave with the message, you can come and collect it, your package. Now you have two choices. If you don't go collect your package, you will not know what the package holds for you. That is delaying. Or if you be brave, just open the door and take your package and sign it off and see what the message in it is for you. Might not be that you like, but again, life is like that. You often meet the people you do not want to meet and you do not like, but they keep showing up in your life. Not that you want it, but because you did not want them. Why is it so that the more you don't want anything, the more it shows up in your life? It's the same reason. It is there for you to acknowledge it, embrace it, accept it, and grow out of it and not grow or live in it. Someone you don't like, you might run away from it. You might change the city. You might change the neighborhood. You might change even the country. But trust me, you will find it in your children. You will find it in your spouse. You will find it in your work colleagues, or you will find it in your neighbors, or someone who keeps showing up back in your life in just a different face and with a different name, but with the same problems that you ran away from it. Life is there for you to learn and then move ahead and teach somebody else. Give it back to the society. Give it out, whatever your true calling is. If you are not holding it, if you are not trusting it, your life, if you do not want to do it, or if you do not believe in your own true calling, then guess what? You are delaying that package. There is everything in it for you. And it might be the series of the first package and then will show up the second or the third. And I agree, you did not want that package. You did not like that package. But if you refuse first time, it might show up in a bigger way in your life. Why not embrace it? Why not accept it? Now, it wasn't easy accepting the message. Howard Schultz was born in a poor subsidized housing colony, and he lived there. It's not that he liked it, but he realized if he does not like anything about it, then he has to create a way out of it. Instead of complaining, create a solution. And he says, I never wanted to be on any billionaires list. I never defined myself by net worth. I always try to define myself by my values. That is the core. That's what Richard Branson says. Is the happiness is that value, the criteria by which you should define your success, not by the worth, your network or the net worth. And if you're passionate about something, you will never have a choice of not doing it or quitting it or letting it go. It's beyond your control. Like Howard Schultz says, Starbucks is in my blood. It is such a part of me that letting it unravel simply was not an option. Whatever your true calling is, if you are still debating for doing it, then I would say it has still not become a part of you. The day your passion gets into your blood and becomes a part of you, then it will not be an option for you to let it go. On this platform, Invincible Passion Talk Show, we have never met, but on this side of the microphone, there is a passionate heart, and the passion is to share these amazing influensive stories with you. Because there are two ways you can learn: by buying your way in or making your way in. And making your way in is by learning. And whatever I learn or I have learned, each week I provide my insights and takeaways. But if the unique blend of how I see these successful stories of these entrepreneurs, they had the backing of amazing numbers. And numbers speak. What's your number? Your day number, your life path number, and your name number. These are the core numbers that makes a whole lot of difference. If it's in alignment, it creates Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook. If it's not in alignment, then you are anonymous, you are invisible, you are unknown. Not that you did not have a backing of a great number, but that something is not working. It's like you have the outlet and the bulb doesn't come on and you are standing that what's wrong? And you really need that light, but you forgot to plug in the wire that connects the bulb, the light bulb to the outlet. The same thing. You have the lucky numbers with you. That is your light bulb. And your name number is the outlet. But if it is not in alignment, the light bulb is not going to come on. You have to make sure your numbers are in alignment. And the moment it is in alignment, it's like plugging the wire in the outlet, the light bulb will come on. You will see there is no more darkness. You will see you have a smooth sailing in life. You will see the struggles are vanishing. Things are getting better. Now, if you say, how come numbers make you lucky and give you a great life? It's all about hard work. Then you have to give me the examples of those who made to the Forbes and Fortune list. How much hard work they put? Is there a direct proportional relationship in the amount of the hard work and the success they have? In fact, no. 97% of the world population works hard, but 3% of the wealth. Now, the 3% of the wealth is owned by the 97% of the population, but the 97% of the wealth is owned by only 3% of the world population. How were they working that hard? They were working smart. And I call smart work when you utilize all the tools that were given to you and all the ingredients. And how do you know what the tools and the ingredients were bestowed upon you is by knowing your numbers. You're trying to become a doctor, but if your numbers say that you will thrive by becoming an architect, then it's the same thing. I take a fish and request that fish to fly every day. And if you get disappointed, then I don't know who to blame, the fish or you. You have the tools to thrive as an architect and you're trying to be a medical professional. Then who are you going to blame? Your numbers, your hard work, or whom? You worked very hard to make to that medical school, but success somehow always tries to bypass you. Ask, what's your number? How can you make them in alignment? From Dhirubhai Ambani to Howard Schultz to Mark Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Richard Branson, even Elon Musk. And many entrepreneurs even dropped out of college and created the miraculous success. It wasn't given to them. It's everything they knew. They put all that energies at one place and they ran with it. They did not bother about the failures. Now I will share this story, and this is the story what I call the E. So is the full name of Eklavya, and it's a character from the Indian epic Mahabharata. So Eklavya was the son of the tribal hunter, and he aspired to learn archery from Guru Dronacharya. And this guru was a royal teacher. He would only teach the royal kids. Now Eklavya was of the tribal hunter, and he aspired to learn from this Guru Dronacharya. And when he met him and requested him to teach him archery, the guru refused, saying that he only teaches the royal blood. Now Eklavya's the whole life, his dream was to learn from this guru and be the best in this skill. But after refusal, he did not cry. He did not say, "Oh, my dream is shattered." He went back and made a statue of his Guru Dronacharya out of the mud, bowed in front of that statue, and from then on, every day he would religiously practice for hours and hours his skill, and he self-taught himself. Now, faith in his passion, courage to turn that no into yes, and perseverance with practice transformed this Eklavya into the extraordinary, the best in archery. And one day while he was practicing, he heard a dog barking. First he ignored the barking, but the continuous barking was disturbing his practice. So before the dog could bark even his way in or out, he shot several arrows in rapid succession and filled the dog's mouth without injuring the dog. The dog's mouth was open with the arrows shot at his mouth that he couldn't close his mouth and cannot bark. And then the dog ran away. And as the luck would have it, nearby this Guru Dronacharya was with his other students. And the students noticed that the dog has his mouth open and not a blood drop and not injured. It's an amazing feat of archery. The Guru praised, "Who is that archer? He's never seen that is the best in this trade. And this archer might be the best archer, and he might have the best guru." And they started searching, and they soon spotted Eklavya. Guru Dronacharya went up to him and praised him and asked him, "Who is your guru?" Because until now, he was known as the best guru for archery. Now Eklavya looked at him in his eyes and bowed in front of him and said, "You are my mentor, you are my teacher, you are my guru." Guru said, "How can I be your guru? I have never met you, I have never seen you." And then Eklavya reminds him that few years back I had come to you to teach me archery, and if you refused, but then I built a statue of yours and practiced in front of that statue for the last so many years, and I have learned whatever I have learned is because you have taught me. Now, during this time, this guru had promised Arjun, his other disciple, that he is going to help him become the best in this trade in the whole world. Seeing that Eklavya is far better than Arjuna, he asked him, "So if you call me your guru, you have to pay me Guru Dakshina." Now from the culture, Dakshina is a voluntary gift which you give to your guru at the end of the training. Now happy that his guru has asked him for a gift, the Eklavya, he asked him, "Anything you ask, I will offer to you." Guru said, "Do you promise?" He said, "Yes." The Guru asked Eklavya, "I need your right hand thumb." For the moment, Eklavya was silent because he knew that without his thumb, he can never shoot arrows again. But he had given his word, so he said, "As you wish." And he offered his Guru his right hand thumb. Now, if it were for someone else, he would have been shattered. But it was none other than Eklavya. Despite his handicap, he continued to practice archery with his index and middle finger. And guess what? Soon he became a better, bigger, greater archer than before. But how was he able to do it? That is what keeps the passionate heart going. When one is passionate, when your passion is in your blood, there is no other way out. You will be so dedicated that you can even make the mountains move. This story about learning, this story about not quitting no matter what the obstacle be. This is the story about everyone out there who cannot buy their way to the training or the success from whoever their guru, the mentor, the trainer is. They can always create their success by reading about them, by observing their lifestyles, by living their insights, and their quotes are what gives you their secrets to success, the magic mantra. It is up to you. An Invincible Passion Talk Show is all about giving you those secret magical words, success of these entrepreneurs every week so that you can go create and craft your success. If you are passionate about it, you are invincible. If you want to create your tribe, you need to create a place of power, position, and strength. And how are you going to create that? By bringing out your passion. As I say, success is all about your passion, your purpose, and power numbers. Make sure these three are aligned and there's no stopping for anyone out there. Thanks for listening to this episode. Until next week, stay blessed.